In this video I'm going to describe a method in which we gain access to the bottom burr carrier for the Mythos 1 by Victor Arduino or Disassembly. The reason we do this is over a period of time coffee grounds can get stuck underneath the bottom burr carrier, and the bottom burr carrier will in some instances stick and not spin. In order to carry out the service we need a few tools. I like a brush to clean our burrs. In this case I'm using a spark plug brush, but it could be a decorator's brush. We need a Phillips screwdriver to remove the top burr carrier and heatsink. That's if you have Phillips screws. If you have a M516 hex key or set of screws, you'll need an Allen key, a number 4 Allen key. I like a scratch hole just to pull out any of the grounds that may be stuck in little crevices inside the burr mounts. And also, importantly, 2 offset spanners, a number 20 and a number 17 offset spanner. So first of all, we're going to make sure that your grinder is switched off at the grinder and at the wall. Preferentially, we would take the plug out for safety purposes. Next, we're going to remove the hopper. So pushing the slide gate to an off position, so that's pulling it over to the left-hand side. We're just going to remove the hopper. Next, we're going to, in this case, use our Phillips screwdriver, and we are going to remove the 4 screws. I'm just going to pop them in a tray to one side. By doing this, we'll be able to remove the heatsink. So next, I'm just going to remove the electrical connection from the top, and then slowly and carefully pull out the heatsink and set that to one side. Now we're going to see here that we've accessed the bottom burr, which can be cleaned periodically, and this cleaning can be done on a daily basis or weekly basis, just depending on what your cleaning or service cycles are. What we then need to do is, using our offset spanners, we're going to place our 20mm offset spanner on the bottom and a 17 just over this little auger. So 20 on the bottom and 17 on the top. Now, the thing to remember with this, where in normal terms when you're tightening a screw you'll turn to the right, this is an inverse screw thread. So remove that, put that in my tray, remove the little washer, and then we should be able to unsleeve the bottom burr carrier. Now we can clean inside and under and around the burr should we not wish to take the burr off. And importantly, we can clean the backside of the burr carrier. If you have a hoover, it's at this point that we would hoover on the inside of the burr set. So now that's nice and clean, we can go about reaffixing the burrs. Now, importantly, there is a male and female sort of flange on this shaft, and we've got to make sure that we align those correctly when we're resighting the bottom burr carrier. So in this case, I'm just going to slide that over the top, and I'm going to make sure that that's adequately in place and that it spins nicely, which it does. Next, I'm going to reapply the washer, and I'm going to put the little top screw on. This top screw drags the beans into the grind chamber, which is why it's shaped the way it is. I'm going to finger tighten, and then again using my size 20 and 17, I'm just going to nip that up. Just going to check the integrity of the clump crusher on the inside, which is looking good. And then we're going to put the top burr mount back on, resighting the electrics, which just affixes in a push button on the top. Now, when you're putting the screws back on, it's very important to make sure that that the union between the top burr and the bottom burr is nice and clean. We want the union to be as flush as possible to make sure that as we're screwing this down, it's done so adequately and the burrs will then be aligned in a straight fashion. next we're just going to pop the hopper back on. We'll slide the gate into an on position and then turn the grinder on and go through a little test.